Welcome to the Candid Athletic Training Podcast. Well, you know what? Ed went from fan number one to basically my least favorite person that ever listens to the show now.
Ever.
He's ragging on Jurassic Park, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Disparaged.
That's ridiculous, Ed.
I think that
is ridiculous.
Is that? Yeah, disparage is the right word.
I'm done with you, Ed. No longer friends.
Welcome back, Ed. I'm happy to see you.
Welcome back, Ed. Glad to see you. No, Ed.
No, all right, so Kevin's asking about the studio setup. We actually just flipped the table around.
Yeah,
we're trying something else.
We're just on the other side of the room.
We're in a new place.
Oh, hey, you know what we could do? Hold on, you stay there.
I'll stay here. Kevin just asked if anybody can tell what this is. First one on the live stream who can get this thing will win a prize. It's probably popcorn. That's all we got.
It's good popcorn, huh?
It's good. It's
courtesy of Luke Laga.
So welcome to the show. My name's Chad.
My name's Kevin. And you bet your ass it's a sauna.
Sauna. Do you prefer the moist heat or the dry heat? Like, so at the gym I go to now, it's got both.
Ooh, have you tried both?
Yeah.
So this is infrared. So it's, I'm gonna microwave people.
Dry.
This is what I'll say. I've experienced more of the wet saunas. Mm-hmm. And I love them, but I think I feel better after the infrared.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like there's I'm getting like deep down in my innards of like getting rid of the bad.
I might have to try it when it's all set up.
I can't wait. I'm going to be in
Maybe
that
we'll
thing
do a
every
show
single day.
from the infrared.
Oh.
Can we do that?
Absolutely.
What's the longest time you can stay in the infrared?
Oh, who cares? Let's test it.
We'll melt it. Melt it down.
We'll change the effects of it. We'll change how hot it can get us.
This just in, 2 podcasters deceased.
That's fine. If we go down podcasting, it's a good way to go.
In the infrared sauna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna die somewhere, you might as well die in a sauna in complete bliss, passing out from the heat. I don't know. So the other thing I feel when I get out of an infrared, I feel like I keep sweating. Regular wet saunas, as soon as I get out of there, maybe take a shower, I'm kind of done. When I'm in infrared, it's like, whew, man.
Usually when I'm out of a sauna, I go straight to the shower. So
that's what I'm saying. Then you get out of the shower and you're still sweating, sweaty balls.
Yeah,
got these sweaty balls.
How you doing? Things are good. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot coming up.
Things are things, planning for a baby, planning for a new rehab fitness facility, still running a clinic, trying to treat humans on the side. Try to stay sane as well.
Juggle.
I feel
it's the name of the game for athletic trainers.
This is what I'll say. I feel more busy now than I ever did in my traditional setting of professional baseball.
Sure.
And it's a different busy because there's a lot of things to handle in different spots. Dare I say it?
Dare.
I miss a little bit of the going to work. Everything is hectic at work, and then just coming home. I wouldn't give it up for the world right now, but because I love it, and I think actually I've been getting some calls. From some of our listeners that want to, explore the world outside of the traditional setting.
Well, we got an email today.
Fun. We did.
Yeah.
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 And then I had a call with a young man, very intelligent young man that is running a wellness center of and he's adding athletic training basically to it's like baseball, softball, all-in-one kind of fitness facility.
Sure.
But they want an in-house athletic trainer, but they want it to be all-inclusive wellness, right? Talk about nutrition, talk about this. They see the benefit of an athletic trainer at their place.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
It's probably my favorite thing about athletic training is the versatility.
It's amazing. I think the word is spreading, and I hope this podcast has just even a fraction of a percentage of why that's spreading.
Yeah, I hope so too.
How do you like your shirt?
I love it.
That's a good shirt.
It's a nice shirt.
That one turned out better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, get yourself one at the website, candidathletictraining.com.
I went a little old school.
You do well with the 3/4.
I do 3/4 all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And whenever I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, I end up
tan lines.
Oh God, I got sunburn right here.
Remember that? Remember that FMK? That was one of the 2 or 3 FMKs where it just stuck with you. We have one of those. We have one of those tonight. You don't know what it is, but
nice. Talk about OG. This is why we do this podcast.
It's tan lines. It's the cooler sizes. I think tonight might rival it though. I actually came up with it.
I'm
pretty excited.
Wait.
I'm pretty excited. I even named it the FMK.
Oh,
so
can I?
No,
okay.
We're gonna save it.
Okay.
We have a fun FMK. We're gonna do some comic book characters for a fictional athletic trainer. Do some Marvel. We'll do some Marvel tonight.
Get back on the Marvel train.
We have an interesting top 5, which will lead into some discussions about protocols.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be interesting. It was just kind of the nature of athletic training. So
I'm on a little DC kick right now, actually.
Are you?
Yeah, because I'm trying to finish Arrow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I've been every episode I'm watching. I'm like, I got to look into this character. I got to look into this character.
I just saw the trailer for the new Black Adam.
So did I. I went to go see Jurassic World. Ed,
did the trailer for the Black Adam come out or no?
Yeah.
Nice. What'd you think? Are you excited for it?
Not really.
No.
It either a bad trailer or there's something that didn't make me go, I need to see that movie.
Here's the problem that they're gonna have with the movie, in my opinion. The Rock is so badass in all of his roles. How do you have a villain that can rival him?
True.
Comic book movies, we've said this before, comic book movies are made with good villains.
Yes, they
Thanos made the Avengers better.
100%.
Because you're like, oh my God, they really need to do something here.
Yeah. Iron Man 3.
Do you think there's anyone
Iron Man 3, horrible. Bad villain.
Yeah. I want to go, we could rank all the villains. We'll do that on our other show.
Mm-hmm. We totally need to do that one. We need to get back to doing some
I
just
don't see a villain that will rival The Rock, and you're like, oh my God, The Rock's gonna fail.
I think the other thing is I don't know anything about Black Adam.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about it.
That's true. But that's how I am with a lot of it.
We're entering a world of comic books as movies that I'm running out of. That's the connection there.
Yeah.
And there's nothing bad with that. I think, there's plenty of people that had no idea who Iron Man was. And I've even self-proclaimed, I never read an Iron Man comic book, but I knew who he was.
Yeah, all the mainstream ones have been used, so now they have to go to the more obscure ones because look at the success they had with, Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody had heard of them, and all of a sudden they're like, this is a great movie. Now we have to do every character that was ever created.
Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, I also saw the Thor Love and Thunder trailer before Jurassic World.
I am disappointed with it.
Me too.
I'm just like, oh my God, it's just they're trying too hard to recreate. I mean, I'll see it. I'm guarantee I see it. I think Thor is in my top 4 favorite characters.
I love him. My wife wants to see it because apparently he's naked in it. There's a picture going around of him naked in the movie, And she said, well, I guess I'm seeing that movie. And there's it looked like, I don't know what trailer you've seen, but there's like a training montage.
Yeah,
like
where he's doing battle ropes with like massive chains. I've seen that, yeah.
I'm
Abby
a
said,
little excited about that.
Naked, yeah.
I'm a little excited about the training montage, and I hope at some point he pulls out some kind of Rocky moves. If they can, particularly because Sylvester Stallone isn't, like, he's in the Guardians of the Galaxy universe, and I think he's going to be in this movie because they tie in Guardians of the Galaxy so much. If they don't do a little Rocky montage, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, is there a better training sequence than...
Best training sequences? Rocky 4?
Rocky 4.
Rocky 4 is...
Creed. I thought Creed was pretty good.
The original Creed is really good.
Are there anything else? I mean, we could do a Mount Rushmore of training sequences.
I'd have to think.
We'd have to do it. We'll do that. Maybe we'll do that on our other show, which you all will have to tune into when we create it. All right, I'm going to actually put it. Training montages. What the hell? I can't think of a word. We'll get to it. What do we got?
I don't know. So Abby's talking about how he's going to be butt-ass naked. Dylan is talking about how he's not attractive.
Oh.
I mean, it's got good pecs. It's got good pecs.
You're not watching Stranger Things, right? We talked about it last week.
I've never seen an episode of Stranger Things. It is on the list. I think I'll binge it at some point. What's next? Once I finish Arrow, I must finish Peaky Blinders.
Okay. That's one I haven't got into.
That is in my, dare I say it, Mount Rushmore of TV shows.
Wow.
That has everything I want in a TV show.
What is that? What do you want?
No filler episodes. Like 0.
We don't know who they were.
None. Had no idea. The characters in there are like complex, but yet absolute badass. Hits me a little like, back. I mean, my family's not from England, but I enjoy old timey England, Ireland, like in the Isles, like just that era of the world around like World War I and World War II.
See, for me, it's medieval.
Oh, I love that too. I really do.
Yeah. How many seasons of Peaky Blinders?
I can't. This is gonna be the 6th.
Wow.
Cillian Murphy, right? Murphy. Am I saying that wrong?
Is that the actor?
Cillian. It's CIA or whatever.
When you say Cillian, the only one I know
I'm pretty sure it's Cillian though.
The only Cillian I know was the one from
He's amazing.
Iron Man.
Oh.
Right, wasn't that character's name in Iron Man? Cillian?
Yeah. He, I think it's pronounced Cillian. If anybody knows, I mean, tell me. But I think he is incredibly underrated as an actor. 28 Days Later, remember that?
No.
He was in that.
28 Days Later?
Yeah. I mean,
are you talking about 28? No.
No, one of the original like kind of zombie apocalypse.
I don't do
movies.
any zombie shit.
That's right.
Zombie things don't intrigue me. So, the only zombie movie I've ever seen is I Am Legend.
Oh,
that's the only one. The only one I would consider a zombie thing where I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this.
Scarecrow from Batman Begins.
Oh, gotcha.
That guy.
Yeah.
Just an absolute phenomenal actor, and his role in Peaky Blinders is just fantastic. Definitely, it's going on my Mount Rushmore.
All right. I might have to check it out. I mean, I got a lot of things I want to watch too. There's so much. All right. Well, we got a fun show.
Agreed, Abby. But I powered through.
I know. I got to go back to The Flash. I'm probably through Arrow season 5. Probably the same with The Flash. Halfway through.
They lost me when they started doing like the crossover episodes.
Too many crossovers, I agree.
And so every year they do a crossover between
Crisis
Flash,
on Infinite
yep.
Earth, and
Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl,
and DC Legends, and then there's
and so what you do is if you just want to watch Arrow, you just look up on Wikipedia and you can see what's happening.
Yeah,
that's all I did.
Yeah,
it's not worth it. It's not worth going back because it plays no relevance to the rest of the storyline.
Yeah, it's
like basically a filler episode in the middle of the year, and then they go back to the normal storyline.
I agree. Okay. I mean, do we have any? We really kind of hit a whole lot of nothing. It's just gonna be a fun show.
Well, we should probably
thank some people.
Thank some people, like the folks over at Healthy Roster, Dan and the whole clan over there at Healthy Roster. We're so thankful for you to be on board with the Candid Athletic Training Podcast. You are the official sponsor of the Candid Athletic Training Podcast.
I think that's the longest we've ever gone without mentioning Healthy Roster.
Oh, totally.
15 minutes plus in. And not a Healthy Roster sighting.
That's what I'll say. If you need any help at, upgrading, changing, or maybe you want something new in your life, get yourself a new EMR. Get yourself the best EMR on the market. Go to Healthy Roster. Talk to everybody over there. I've said it 1,000 times. They even employ athletic trainers to make your job easier on the other end. Are they still hiring? I wonder if they're still hiring.
I don't know.
Check it out. Check out their website. Check out their Twitters. I bet they might still be looking for some athletic trainers.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to get off the sidelines, and maybe you want to help other athletic trainers with their EMR and give them access to the best EMR in the world.
I thought of the word I couldn't think of before, so I had to write it down.
The word?
Remember I said, I can't think of a word.
Yeah.
I thought of it. So I wrote it down.
The other folks we have to thank, because I'm hoping here that we even gain more of a relationship with them, but the Smart Tools folks.
Smart Tools. Yeah, we just talked to Nick. He's going to come on a show.
What?
He's going to come on one of these Mondays and kind of just give the lay of the Smart Tools world. So look forward to that.
Is he ready to FMK some shit?
No, I don't think he has any idea what he's in for.
But smarttools.com. Go check them out. Candid 10. Get yourself 10% off anything over there. All right? Smart Tools, BFR, instrument-assisted stuff.
Yeah.
And they're going to be putting on some CEUs. And that's interesting.
Yep.
Because I wonder if they're going to partner with the Candid guys to do some CEUs.
Hopefully.
Ooh, I hope so.
Yeah, and I mean, while you're at it, if you're thinking about CEUs, now is the time for most of you. You have some downtime. You can take those courses you always wanted to. Don't forget you get what is the Master Dry Needling, $75 off.
$75 off Master Dry Needling.
Yep.
You got MedBridge, $175 off. $175.
I just got a picture from our friend Scott, who is one of the Master Dry Needling presenters, teachers. Yeah. He goes around the country. I just got a random text from him last weekend where he sent a picture of our friend Nate Marsh.
Nice.
Where is he? At his clinic. So Nate used Nate used the discount
baby Nate
to get himself some dry needling. I think we still have a MedBridge discount right now. So there's lots of things you can save on by just listening to us. So
needling people's fun.
Yeah.
It's a nice tool to have in your box.
Oh, Dylan's getting dry needling certified next week.
Prepare to be sore for that over there, Dylan. It's a weekend of people poking you. A lot of poking. A lot of just people doing this for a whole weekend. Just a lot of poking.
Sore.
You remember when we looked at each other on the last day?
Like,
if you stick me with a needle one more time,
punch you in the mouth. All right. You got anything else, or should we have some fun?
Let's move.
All right. Ta-da.
Some reason, you saw Top Gun, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
The new one? No.
I thought you went and saw it.
No, my college friends did.
Okay.
Julie and I watched the original at the house, but we did not.
Okay. Yeah, I need to somewhere carve time to go see that.
Yeah, right before a kid.
Yeah. Need to do something before the kid.
Right.
Something fun and exciting. And that gets my juices flowing. Makes me want to just scream. I got a need. Need
for speed. All right, Kev.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start tonight's show?
You know what? We haven't. Let's start with top 5. Okay.
Let's do top 5.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk athletic training here.
What?
This is going to be a very interesting one. Kevin, we asked 100 athletic trainers. How many times have you asked the opposing athletic trainer to borrow something? So you're at a match, a game, whatever.
Yeah.
You're standing across the sideline, the court, the field, the whatever. And this is assuming that there's a second athletic trainer there. Have you ever had to ask them, hey, do you have this? Do you have something? I'm out. I need something right now, and I don't have it.
So many times.
How many times in your life have you had to do that?
In my life.
Yeah.
Real quick before I move on, Ed, he climbed the ranks again. He loves Peaky Blinders, so me and Ed are cool now. So personally, it was usually, in my minor league days, it definitely happened a decent amount because I would usually run out of something, and that was the problem. In the big league days, it was like if we were about to run out of something, we would just order it and have it like overnight shipped right to where we were, so we never ran out of anything. It was ridiculous. The good life. But what I'm going to say, number 1, how many times have you borrowed from the other opposing athletic trainer? Number 1, one time. One time in my life I've done it. Number 2.
Kevin, I'm gonna let you in a little secret here.
What's up? You've never done it.
This? No, that's not a secret because we know I have.
You're a virgin to.
I think this is going to be your best opportunity.
Yeah.
To go 5 for 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I know. I feel like
the pressure's on. Now the pressure's on. So, I just want you to know I feel good about your answers here today.
Number 2, 10 times. 10 times in my life. I feel like I got that one wrong. Number 3, every time. Every day, I got to borrow something from somebody. Number 4, too many times. I feel like everybody's going to say that. And number 5, I was going to say 3, but now I'm going to change my answer to 69.
Oh. Okay.
Did I go 1 for 5?
What were your answers? Give me the answers again.
1, 10. Every time. Too many times. 69.
Yeah, you got 1. I literally thought
I was going to go 5 for 5.
I did.
All right. What are the answers?
Okay. We have a top 6 because there was a tie.
Okay. Ow. Oh, man. My shoulder needs a crack.
I take that back. We have a top 5.
Okay.
In 5th place, 11 people said 3 times in their career they had to borrow something. 3.
I had that, and I took it away.
Yeah. 2 for 5. I'll give it to you. In 4th place, 12 people said 0. Never. I have never borrowed anything from anybody else.
Never.
0 times.
That sounds like Chad. Chad would just figure it out.
No, I've already in episode like 1 or 2 admitted that I left my kit in the hotel, got on the bus without the kit, got to your stadium and said, Kevin, I got nothing with me. And I didn't need it. I needed like massage lotion before I did a few massages before.
Yeah, you don't need anything. It's baseball players.
Yeah.
Stretch them out.
Could not believe it. All right. We had a tie for 2nd place. 14 athletic trainers said 2, and 14 athletic trainers said 1. So do you see so far we have 0, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3.
All right. We're trending. We're trending in a direction.
So,
okay.
1st place, 22 people. What do you think they said?
69.
No, they said 5.
What? Come on.
So, if my math is correct here.
So I got 1. The 1.
70. It's 22 plus 28 is 50, 62. 73 out of 100 people have done it 5 or less. And there's 2 that said 4. So 75. 3 out of every 4 athletic trainers have done it less than 5 times in their career. Borrowed something. That's incredible to me.
That is incredible.
So what does that mean? and this is where the fun discussion happens. So
Yeah.
3 out of 4 athletic trainers. This is science. This is stats. This is
Science.
evidence-based.
It's just science.
This is evidence-based athletic training here. You got it at the Candid Athletic Training. 3 out of 4 people have had to borrow something less than 5 times in their career, which means, one, either we pack too much, we overestimate what we think we need. 2, we can get by without it.
Yep.
Or 3, I forgot where I was going with it. There, I had a third point, but
well, whatever it was, all of the above.
Yeah.
D is all the above.
Yeah.
I usually would try and just get away with something else.
We can makeshift something, MacGyver it?
I would always try that first, and if I couldn't get that done, I would then ask. And that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, even it was usually something stupid, right? Like it wasn't like you forgot.
Here it is. You
forgot to like pack like elastic wrap.
Or you're going on a week at the college setting. It's usually weekends.
Yeah,
you're going away for a weekend. You're coming back.
Yep.
Somebody gets hurt. You feel like you need to put them in a knee brace. They can't wait 24 hours to get a knee brace. Like the knee sleeve, the neoprene knee sleeve that you need it on immediately, or it's going to set them back for how long?
Otherwise, my knee is going to explode. But if I have that knee sleeve on, I'm fine.
So sometimes I feel like it's overkill.
Yeah, totally. You know what I would actually, you saying like a massage lotion or something like that.
Yeah.
That you're like, I need to work on some skin, and I have nothing to create a barrier of glide. I think I need something, and I'm not going to use snot. And so I asked over to my opposing athletic trainer, you got any extra lube over there? Because I'm in need.
Right?
Yeah, and that's a good one. That's actually like
something that
I don't really think.
Makeshift?
Yeah, I'm not going to find some
aloe vera plants on the sideline.
I'm not gonna makeshift any kind of like massage cream around here, or like a rant. I don't know. Even like we were talking about it last podcast. What if you ran out of Band-Aids? Right, you'd make a Band-Aid some other way. You'd take some
non-adhesive
Telfa. You get some gauze. You tape it on there. You just figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think of like the last thing, or at least like the one that was like, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot this. I need this.
You know, I think some people have said, oh, pre-wrap, I would forget to, you go through it the weekend before and you forget to restock your kit or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a medicine. Sometimes it's,
there you go.
You know what? I need some Pepto. Do you have any Pepto or whatever?
Or yeah, my first baseman took the Pepto out of my kit to take back to the hotel room, and now we don't have it at the ballpark. Sure. Can I borrow something like that? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be a good case.
So stop packing so much. You don't need it.
Yeah, stop packing so much.
It's probably I guess, always be prepared.
I know. So we were very adamant about stocking the visiting athletic training room with a bunch of crap. Like,
when you say a bunch of crap, you mean like give them the leftovers that nobody wants? Or just making sure they have... I'm kind of saying this tongue-in-cheek. I know you're...
No, like legitimately trying to pack as much of the essentials as we could think of.
Being a good host.
Trying to be a good host as much as possible. And when that happened, people, they reciprocated, right? But then the other side of it was they never had to ask us for anything. Mm-hmm. So therefore, I made my job harder at the beginning of the season, but then easier throughout the rest of the season. So I never had to stop what I was doing. Although, it was always, I don't know how you were. I was not very good. I wasn't a social butterfly athletic trainer when I was in pro ball. Like,
I kind of just by my nature, I tend to be like, hey, what's going on?
Like, I had a handful of guys that for some reason, we just happened to click right? And then like we would always talk, or we'd send each other texts. Hey, let me know if you need anything when you're coming into town, or hey, let's grab a beer after the game, whatever. But it was not everybody. It was very few. And sometimes what was nice is it gave me a chance to actually even like hear the voice of the other athletic trainer, which was nice. Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
KJ, Kevin Joyce, if you're going to a Nashville Sounds game, that's a Brewer affiliate. That's the Brewers AAA. I know the athletic trainer, Mr. Jeff Paxson, and then the strength conditioning coach, Andrew Emick, they're awesome, and the games are they're fun. I mean, it's the highest level before
baseball. It's not fun.
Oh, well, I guess that's true. It's still minor league.
Funner than
actually
regular baseball.
Have you ever been to I know you've been to a Milkman game. Have you ever been to a minor league baseball game?
Nope. Just independent. I mean, I've been to a Madison Mallards game, but that's independent, like summer. League. Yeah, but no, I don't think I've never been to Appleton. I've never been to Beloit. I can't think of being out of state going to another minor league game. No. Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah?
Yes, I have. Fort Myers, Miracle, and St. Louis.
Fort Myers.
Yeah. So I went down and caught a couple. The Fort Myers, that's double A for the Twins.
Oh, that
Red
is
Sox.
double A, huh?
No, actually, you know what? That might be single A. So I remember it was the Fort Myers Miracle.
Fort Myers Miracle.
Versus the St. Louis Cardinals affiliate, which they were the Cardinals. I forgot what city in Florida they were, though.
Yeah, I think, are the Cardinals? The Braves are one organization where every one of their teams are called the Braves.
The Cardinals, I think, are too. Probably.
I think the Cardinals are like that too.
Yeah. Original.
Minor league baseball games are more fun than Major League Baseball games. I will 100%. Tell you that every day of the week. They know it's supposed to be fun. They know there needs to be some entertainment. The only difference is it's more fun the lower you get in the minor leagues, because the higher you get, the players are a little bit more serious. So there's less and less shenanigans going on.
Shenanigans.
Unless you're going to a banana hammock, or what are they? What's the Savannah Bananas?
Savannah
Bananas.
Where Dylan will be working.
Which, oh my God, I need to get to one of those games.
Yeah.
Maybe we should all take a trip
down
to Savannah.
Right? I mean, it's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
That's a beautiful city.
It really was.
It's like
it's really
great. No question why somebody would get married there. Yeah, go to a Nashville Sounds game. Live it up. Go cheer on some future Brewers.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a fun discussion about why we take so much crap with us.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to go? You want to go our FMK, or you want to go to our
FAT?
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's do FMK, because it's a surprise to me.
Okay. We're going to call this one,
Fumk.
Kevin, we're going to name this FMK.
All right.
How do you wipe? How do you wipe?
And that's what we're going to name the podcast.
Yeah.
How do you wipe?
So we're going to FMK 3 wiping techniques for your tables.
Oh, for the tables. Okay.
Yeah.
All
How
right.
do you wipe?
Here we go. All
so
right.
I'm going to give you the length of the table.
Length of the table. Okay.
The width of the table.
Width of the table.
Or circles.
Or circles. All right.
You have to F1, marry one, kill one.
Oh, shite.
How do you wipe?
Let's see here. One's the length, long, smooth, consistent strokes. The width are going to be more aggressive, shorter, a little faster, a little more like choppy.
Knowing that you probably realistically do some sort of hybrid.
I do.
But
I do.
This is FMK. We're putting it to the
and then circles. Circles to get the coverage sometimes. I mean, sometimes you have to wax on and wax off in order to truly get every nook and cranny of that table. So I'm very interested
in what the live streamers say here too.
I'm going off of personal experience here.
Of course,
I'm gonna go off personal experience here. I'm gonna kill the width of the table. In my experience, the short, aggressive, back and forth, up and down.
So you're saying this way: if this is the treatment table,
if this is the treatment table, going like really fast, side to side, like from that end to this, I'm gonna kill it. In my personal experience,
okay.
The table doesn't like that. The table says, you know what? That's a little aggressive. I know you've seen somebody else do that before, but
do you know that word?
What? Emollient?
Yeah, what is that? I don't know that word.
So like
I'm so stupid.
No, that's like a massage
Plastic?
cream. Or anything,
okay,
right?
right?
I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Define emollient.
So in my experience, I got to kill that one.
Okay.
The nice long smooth strokes back and forth, the length of the table. I'm gonna marry that one. I'm gonna go zen. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna make sure that I'm covering from one end to the other, but I'm not being too aggressive about it. And then I am gonna F the crap out of circles, because in my experience, that's where it's at to get the most pleasure.
Circles.
I mean, coverage of the table. Does that make sense? Okay.
Not to me, but
Cocoa butter.
I understand your.
Depends on if there's emollient. So you might need to do a little circle right here, but then like rub it really fast and then a little circle again. Smooth it out.
I can't believe your answers.
Why?
I think they're so wrong. I'm just kidding.
I went off personal experience.
I know.
You know, the short,
I can tell you
up and down.
I can tell you exactly how I clean a table, but this doesn't. It's a combination.
Tell me how you clean a table. I'll tell you how I clean a table if you tell me.
Yeah, go ahead. Or do you want me to do my answers? Then we'll actually.
Yeah, do your answer.
Okay, so I think.
Oh, it's Nate. Did you hear that? That was my hip. I don't know if you heard that. Did that come through on the podcast? Because that was loud.
No, I don't think it did. So, I'm going to marry the short strokes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm going to, and I do that because it's most ergonomically friendly.
This calls for some popcorn.
It's the most ergonomically friendly. You're just going up and down. Oh. Okay.
Do you go up and down this way across the table? You don't go to side and like.
Nope. So I tend to stand on the side of my tables.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. But you go up and down this way?
Yep.
All right.
And then I'll like shuffle my feet, but I'm still going up and down. So therefore.
Hey, listen. He uses his whole body. All right. Use the whole body. Ergonomics.
Yeah. Trying to get a little cardio in here.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to kill the circles because I feel like when you do circles.
Yeah.
You are just being inefficient in terms of you're probably repeating the same spot a little bit. Like I think if you go side to side or front to back.
Somewhere Mr. Miyagi is just turning over in the grave.
Probably. But if you do side to side or front to back, it's kind of like I know where my line has been.
Uh-huh.
So now I can, like, the overlap is less.
Well, you know where your line is because everything's wet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when you do a circle, I think you tend to have a tendency to overlap by half. I think you're doing twice as much wiping is what I'm going to say.
It's good for taping and elastic wrap, but not cleaning a table.
That's just how I interpret it.
All right. Overlap by half is not the general rule
for wiping. Don't overlap your wife. So then I'm going to go the length of the table. I'm going to F with that.
All right.
Because I feel like the long slow, smooth. You can get into a little bit of a rhythm there.
There's something therapeutic about it.
A little bit. So it's kind of like when do you vacuum?
Yeah.
When you vacuum, it's like
Too much.
trying to make sure, or when you mow a lawn, like you try to just catch the edges so you're not like mowing the same area twice. That's kind of how I feel about wiping a table. I just need to wipe it once. I don't need to like over wipe it. Never over wipe.
Never over. Not unless you got moist wipes.
No, yeah.
If you don't have moist wipes, definitely don't over.
Lately, like I've been getting when you get to the bottom of the wipe and it's just all water and it's just like so like
the last wipe,
the last 5 or 6 wipes and it's just pure like you're like wringing them out.
Oh, like the Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. You don't use those at home, do you? Like for your own personal wiping?
Like bathroom wiping?
Yeah.
Or like cleaning like kitchen tables and stuff.
Those are not meant for personal use,
Yeah,
Chad.
that's true. Okay, so here's how I really wipe a table. I'll get up to it. I'm gonna do the edges first. I'm gonna do like the square. I'm gonna get the outer edges and then I'm gonna go widthwise all the way down. So I'm gonna start where you are, come all the way down, go up, down, get your edges, kind of like you're doing a puzzle. Always get your edges first, and then I'm gonna go up and down the table, the widthwise. What do you do?
No wonder everybody's so satisfied around you. I spray heavily.
See, I don't have any spray bottles anymore, which
okay.
Because we just like use the wipes like those just out of the bottle.
He's pointing at one of those like standard at a gym.
Yeah.
Disinfecting wipes that come out of a whatever container. All right. If I was going to use a wipe, not spray.
Well, it doesn't matter because even if you're spraying,
there's different. There's definitely.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Because
does that help explain why I did it my way? Because I'm using those
100%. Because when I'm using a wipe and that's my only source of moisture, is just the wipe and not a spray bottle. I would actually do very similar to you. I would hit the edge so that I can bring everything to the center.
Okay.
Right? And then I'm not necessarily just wasting all of that good moisture just right in the middle. I want the whole thing, whole coverage of the whole table. But I wouldn't do width up and down.
Why?
I would probably hit edges. I would probably then do another like rectangle
just inside.
Yep, and then I would probably circle to fill in.
Interesting.
But I would definitely edge, and then edge, and then circle.
Are we putting this on social media? How do you?
Absolutely.
What's your? All right.
And if we do not get some goddamn videos on social media of how you clean your tables and how you edge your table, it sounds like a Pornhub search. How do you edge your table? So Nate chimed in.
Yeah.
He didn't get to use the promo code because he couldn't get reimbursed unless it was full price.
Yeah, that's silly. That's so silly.
How weird is that? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, what was something just popped up on your screen? What was that? Was that your phone?
Was there a thumb?
No.
What do you mean?
Like
where?
next
Here?
it was next to the video.
What
Like,
do you mean?
Our thumb on top right corner there. It was right there, and I think it popped up when you were
here.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was almost like another small screen.
Oh,
that was weird.
Know.
I was trying I got distracted trying to figure it out. I don't know what it was. Hopefully, it wasn't Chad's last search on Google.
Probably was.
Yeah.
Did you read what Nate said about the strokes? Marry the long strokes, marry the long strokes, long slow strokes. F the fast with what strokes to finish it every now and then. Kill the circles, no wax on, wax off.
Mr. Miyagi is just so pissed off at you guys right now. It's ridiculous.
Good for defense. Bad.
What? Good for defense.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you watched Cobra Kai?
No, it's on my to-do. It's just I can't get to everything.
I haven't watched it.
And there's a reason for that. Let's get to it. 1 second here. So we're gonna transition into our fictional athletic trainer here.
Fictionals.
I just finished Daredevil. It literally took me like I shit you not, probably 3 months, maybe 2 months to watch 3 seasons of Daredevil.
That's not long at all. Is that long?
I guess probably 3 months.
That's long?
Yeah, I feel like it took me forever.
How many episodes were there in a season?
13.
Okay.
So it's 39 episodes.
Yeah, but you don't travel anymore. It's
No.
different.
Yeah, I was literally watching it at work in like little short bursts, and
when you travel, you can binge like a mother.
Yeah.
But when you don't travel, it's really tough.
So we're gonna do Daredevil.
Matt.
Foggy. Karen.
Faggy. Hey, Faggy.
And here's the thing I couldn't think of before. You mentioned you were watching Arrow right now.
Yep.
The word I was thinking of was parkour.
Parkour.
Who's a better parkour?
Yeah.
Daredevil or Arrow?
Oh.
Who do you think which actor do you think is a better athlete?
Wow.
And this is aside from our fictional athletic trainer, but this is just comic book talk. So what's
good question?
Arrow is Brian. What's his name? Is it Brian?
No.
The actor's name?
Oliver Queen? Oh, I don't know.
What's the actor's name?
The actor's name? I don't actually.
I think isn't it Brian something or other? Oh no. And so Charlie Cox is Daredevil, the actor.
Yeah. Stephen Amell.
Ah, I knew that. Dumb.
I don't know if I ever looked up his name.
Who do you think is more athletic between the two? And I think they're both super great athletes, but
very similar, like instincts.
It'd be interesting to see how much of it was actual training and how much of it is just camera and effects and like visual.
Oh, do you think like in real life you're asking me?
Yeah. Who? Well, all
like
right. Or which
the actors or the characters?
Both.
Actors. I'm gonna give Stephen Amell. I'm gonna give him.
I've seen some of his training videos.
Yeah, like he's got some like training montages that are like, all right, dude, my wife can't watch this anymore, and yeah, close her eyes. It's the only reason we watched Arrow for the first like 2 seasons
because he was hot.
Oh God, she's like, yeah, yeah, we can keep watching this. Oh, Thor's on next. Yeah, let's watch that too. The characters though,
Daredevils.
Oh man. I mean,
it's just a way more intense show.
It is more intense. Their Arrow is a little more, dare I say, unrealistic and kind of stage fighting. Like when you watch Daredevil, you don't think stage fighting. When you watch Arrow, there's definitely like you can tell. Oh, like you threw that guy because he's already going that direction. Like, and you're fighting with a bow. I'm going to give the edge to Daredevil.
Character-wise.
Like superhero-wise, I'm going to give the edge to Daredevil.
Sure.
He's, with his heightened senses, because he lost one, he's ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay.
But funny you say, the last episode I saw, do you remember Roy Harper from?
The basketball NBA player?
No, not Ron Harper. Roy Harper. Who
Roy.
He ends
up... Is that
a
character in Arrow?
Yeah.
Roy Harper.
He ends up like dating Thea. And he shoots he's basically Red Arrow.
Theo. Oh, sorry. Thea was the younger.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so then Roy was the guy that lived in the shack. Kind of lived by himself.
He was from like the really bad part of town.
Yeah.
And he started like being.
Is that season like 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, early.
Yeah.
I mean, even actually, maybe even like 2, 3.
And then and
but he comes back.
He was wearing the red.
Red.
Yeah. Okay.
Red
I do
hood.
remember him.
I think he's called the Red Hood. They actually just in the last episode I watched, they were talking about how he's really good at parkour.
Oh.
And like they needed him to do that.
Oh, interesting.
So they pointed out Green Arrow is not as good as somebody else that is red. And so I'm going Daredevil because he's red.
Okay. The hallway one shot.
Is anybody still
like the second episode of Daredevil?
Anybody still listening? What do you got?
I don't remember which one he's talking about, but I mean Daredevil 1, it's like one of the most violent. It's kind of like Titans in terms of violence. Just like they'll get aggressive.
Yeah. Season 1 of Daredevil rivals, I would say, any superhero TV show of all time.
Season 2 with the Punisher? Yeah. Those two guys got their asses kicked every show. I've never seen anybody take beatings like the Punisher and Daredevil.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And that dude's a good Punisher too.
Yeah.
Where else is he from? Oh, Walking Dead.
Oh, nice. Another zombie show I'll never watch. Okay, so let's talk Foggy, Karen, and Matt Murdock here.
Oh, that's what we're doing?
Who would make the best athletic trainer? You know, it would be easy to say, "Oh, Daredevil's blind," but man, those other senses he could do. There's nothing he couldn't do.
No, he's a completely normal functioning human. He is better. He's not a normal functioning human. He's a superhuman functioning human. Like, he's way better than any of us at anything. Hi.
Nice folks here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
He could do anything any of us athletic trainers can do, and then some. Now, his personality, though. He's smart. He's really smart. I mean, he's a lawyer.
Like Matt Murdock's side, really sharp guy, very observant. Here's the thing. You can't disappear for weeks on end.
Yeah.
Or nights on end.
And that's where I was getting to. Like, imagine no longer going to your team we'll put this in a scenario. Like, you're in the middle of basketball season and you just disappear because you're trying to find the reason why all of your basketball players have plantar fasciitis, and you just disappear for like 2 weeks, and then you come back with the answer, but you disappeared for 2 weeks. I don't think that can't be an athletic trainer, right?
Okay,
that's part of it.
But man, those skills. He's the best under pressure.
Two,
he can hear the hand-eye coordination. Oh my God,
he could hear heartbeats.
He could hear ligaments, ACLs, all that stuff.
He would be able to hear where you're probably having like disruption of like circulation, like, and so there's like extra fluid or like inflammation or something going on. He could hear that. So there's some sensory things that could really benefit an athletic trainer. But the personality sometimes,
just getting him to show up for work,
just without being bloody, I
don't care about. I mean, universal precaution is probably not his best, strongest skill.
All right, so he's got a lot of positives. He's got a big downfall. He's got really big positives and a big downfall.
There's no middle ground with Matt Murdock / Daredevil.
No.
Okay, what about Foggy Nelson?
He's very dedicated to figuring out the problem, though. Foggy. Oh,
not as good under pressure.
No, he's not.
Very loyal. I mean, he's the complete opposite of Daredevil.
He gets better under pressure, though, right? If I'm remembering correctly, throughout the seasons, like a little.
He got a haircut in season 3.
He gets a little more like. Well, I should say he gets a little more like gumption. He's got a little
bit more assertive.
Yeah, right.
But So he's the reliable one of the group. He's the most polished. He's the best in terms of.
He's the most thoughtful one.
Yes. But he is probably the least skilled.
Yeah.
I think he's like the inverse of Daredevil.
He is. He is 100% the inverse. He doesn't have the skills, but he has I put the time in to learn, and I'm there, right? I'm there for you. But maybe I'm not the best at what I'm doing right now.
So low-key,
but I'm there.
I've had this thought for a while. Is he the best sidekick ever? Is he the best number 2? Is he your favorite number 2?
He's not my favorite number 2.
Like, in terms of like Mount Rushmore of sidekicks.
Mount Rushmore of sidekicks?
I mean, where whatever you want to say. Like, we've had some discussions on sidekicks.
He's a good one, just because he is such the inverse.
Like, Robin. But then, okay, then to me, like, if I was gonna have a Mount Rushmore of
Robin is just Batman light with different issues. Great. I know, but he's
great.
But he also gets his ass kicked all the time.
That's okay.
I don't know.
Wong.
Wong is good.
Wong is maybe the best sidekick ever.
Wong's really good. He's a really good sidekick.
I would have to put Foggy Nelson up there.
Foggy
probably one of the most popular.
What about Jarvis?
I don't consider Jarvis. And then like it's probably like Ned from Spider-Man, you know, like
yeah. It's tough. Ned is pretty I haven't seen the latest Spider-Man, and I know.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
I mean, maybe Wasp.
Oh, Wasp. Interesting.
Anyways, that's a whole different.
Is Wasp really the sidekick though?
I don't know. So anyways, I think Foggy is personality-wise, he's going to be the best. He's going to get along with the athletes the best. He's going to be the father figure. He's
there.
He's going to make sure that you're taken care of. He does things by the book, which I don't know if that's a pro or a con. There's very little wiggle room, like right is right, wrong is wrong, and that's the whole thing. Daredevil.
I guarantee he's the one he's putting in hours.
He's putting on ice. He's putting everybody in ice because it's following the rules.
Maybe. That's quite possible. Karen
Page. She's that middle person. She's gotten her hands dirty. She's gotten her hands dirtier than either of the other two. Mm-hmm. She's very observant, very sharp, very ruthless, very. She's a risk taker.
That's what I was trying to figure out, is that she's the one she's gonna push the envelope.
Yeah.
Right? She's gonna be the one that says, I understand, I'm gonna go with my instinct here, and we're gonna do these exercises because I think this is what's right for you right now. Not I don't know, like that's not really what the research says. And you know what? You're not supposed to do that exercise until you're 8 weeks post-op. Like, she's going to say, no, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. And she's going to be the one that shows everybody that you can do things based on the athlete or the patient's needs and not necessarily the research of where it's at. Foggy's not doing that.
No.
And Daredevil is off trying to learn what the newest exercise is because he's not there. Ooh, Karen. I like Karen. I like Karen a lot.
So she stood up in some situations. She kind of, I don't know. It's really interesting because she would stand up in those like high intense situations. She'd stand up for herself, and then as soon as she walked away, you could tell the adrenaline would wear off, and she got super like, oh my God, what just happened?
I don't know. My brain went immediately to Old School when Will Ferrell is like talking about
Trank Dart.
No, when they're doing the debate. Oh, is that Old school? Yeah, it's old school.
Yeah.
And they're doing the debate, and everything you have said has just made everybody here a little more dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry. And he's because he like I just blacked
Tranced, yeah.
Karen. You're right though. All of a sudden she gets out of the situation and she's the one that's like, holy crap. Like I didn't know all this adrenaline was going on. Sometimes she's too much of a risk taker. Right?
I agree.
Sometimes she crosses the line clearly. If you don't know, watch the show. Who's your pick?
So that's it.
Who's your pick? This
is really tough. I thought all 3 characters were pretty good. I really liked the show quite a bit.
Vampire.
No doubt in my mind, though, I'm going to go with the upside.
You go on the upside.
I'm going Daredevil.
Okay.
I'm going Murdoch. I think some of the hearing, the listening, like all those skills, like the hands-on skills.
You always go with...
I always go with personality, and this time I'm not.
No, you always say you go with personality, but you go with a skill. You're always like, the ability to heal. The ability to heal. Come on. I swear, you do it all the time. You contradict yourself. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna. I don't want to pick Daredevil because you picked Daredevil. I want to pick Daredevil.
I thought you were going Karen Page all the way, actually.
Well, it's because I like pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
But I think Daredevil...
You agree with me. It's okay to agree with me.
I know it is. It is Daredevil. I'm going Daredevil.
Oh.
Go on. I'm going to circle it.
Daredevil?
Yeah, Matt Murdock.
So old school, he blacked out. He had a brilliant answer. Billy Madison's the one where he said, I award you no points and may God have mercy on your soul. That's the one where he, like...
Oh.
Billy Madison. You combine the two.
Did I?
Yeah.
I have been watching a lot of Adam Sandler movies.
Did you see he's got a new one coming out?
Yeah.
It looks weird.
It looks weird, but I'm intrigued.
Like the Spain.
Yeah. Basketball player.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I found
like
the hidden gem.
The Spain version of Giannis.
The guy, I looked him up. I was like, is this a professional basketball player or what? I have no idea.
I don't know. So, all right. So we're both saying Daredevil.
Yeah.
We'll see what the live streamers say here. But, man, I think that's going to make for a good...
good point, Nate. Way to bring that up now.
You can tell when the athletes are lying by listening to their heart rate.
Jeez. You can clue in on heart rate, sweat, perspiration.
You don't even need to buy fancy, like, heart rate variability machines. You just have him listen. Nope. Oh, he's peeking. Coach, you got to get him out. He's about to get hurt.
It's true, though. It's really true. And everything's like, he can't see it truly, but it's like a mathematical equation going on. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
All right. I think that's everything other than our feature topic. We're not doing a friend or foe tonight. So.
All right, let's do it. Leave it to Nate to come halfway through the show and just take over.
Crush it.
Just crush it.
Yeah. So,
what?
For our feature topic tonight, we were talking about.
Yeah.
There was a tweet out there about what's the most underappreciated profession in sports, and obviously we know that's us. And we were talking about it. We want to know what the other professions, because we always talk about how people don't recognize us and how much we deserve and don't get recognized.
Yeah.
But we got to realize that there are other professions out there too that are in the same situation as us. So we want to recognize them here on our show. And maybe we can do a compare and contrast. So do you got any off the top of your head that you're thinking, like a profession where you're like, oh my God, these people probably deserve a month like we have in National Athletic Training Month?
It's true. I wonder if they do. I wonder if enough professions actually try to.
And this doesn't have to be just sports.
Promote their profession. Yeah. Well, I think going to the sports level, not most athletic trainers work in sports, but most of my career has been sports, and very intimate, like professional sports. But 100%, most people will call them like equipment managers, but they were clubhouse people, right? Clubhouse attendants. In every sport, they just have a different title, but the people that do all of the goddamn grunt work for all of the players that has nothing to do with health, we'll say that. But then even like it crosses over. I remember when we were revamping, basically trying to catch up to OSHA standards and trying to catch up to, even just the idea of, is the laundry really getting that clean? Do we really know if the laundry is getting that clean? Like the clubhouse attendants, the equipment managers and the like, they took on a lot of that responsibility so that athletes could be honestly healthier and safe, right? I think in our clubhouse, they got the recognition, like
financially,
at the end, right? I want to say, I know in the clubhouse that I was in, the athletes that are there now are very appreciative of those people. But in my world, they were there before I was, and that was early. And they were there after I was, which was late. And so they were clocking in hours that were beyond even the athletic trainers. And so I think that's the first group that comes to mind. And that's directly from that profession. What do you got?
The first one I thought of, that just get pooped on all the time and probably just a thankless job, is flight attendants.
Very much so.
Like, tell me a time where you heard somebody go, "Wow, that was a really good flight attendant."
I've said it to my wife.
Really?
Oh yeah.
But like, just in general, you just think of the.
But I think that's being an athletic trainer.
The screaming and the bitching and nothing can be ever good enough.
Oh.
So that's when I thought of this, I was like, what are the thankless professions?
Not to mention the COVID era of being a flight attendant has had to have been awful. Awful. Constantly telling people to put their mask on, or constantly or take the reverse of that, not being able to do your job, not being able to walk up and down the aisles and talk to people, not being able to walk up and down the aisles and, oh, you need something that like I'm here for, let me provide that for you. They haven't been able to do that until recently. And I know a flight attendant personally, and she said it sucks.
I believe it.
Like, yes, it's kind of nice to just sit on your ass and fly in a plane all day, the whole time.
I don't know.
But at the same time, you're not doing a job. Like, there's times when you're just like, oh, God, if I could just sit down and not do anything, it'd be great. But ultimately, what you want to do and what you signed up for is to do a job. Oh, and you want to do it.
You need another glass of fucking water?
Yes.
Here, let me hand you this hot coffee while the turbulence is going on, like. Man.
I actually have a patient who was a flight attendant, or is a flight attendant. She has this like long-term injury because a cart, like the brake on it, broke loose and it came flying down the aisle at her, and she was facing the other way, and it like took out her lower leg.
Jesus.
And basically like it created nerve damage in her lower leg. And so she's just like constantly getting treatment to like try and get that to come back. Little things you don't think about.
You got another one?
We talk about it all the time because we both experienced it, but the service industry, right?
I was just thinking about that. Servers for sure.
I remember talking, so I worked in a very fancy restaurant throughout college. And luckily, the owner of that restaurant was very in tune with what it took to be a restaurant. Because he himself had started from doing nothing, like just working the very base job at a restaurant all the way up to creating basically a fancy restaurant empire. But dishwashers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have clean dishes, you can't serve food on them.
No.
Right? And then if you don't have actually a sparkling clean dish, you will get that food sent back. It doesn't matter how good of a steak you put on that plate. If there's some like old, like dried something on the corner, somebody's going to say, I'm never coming back here again, because why? Like, they don't even clean their dishes. I don't care how good the steak is. I don't care how good the chicken is. They don't clean.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Always just look at the forks and knives.
Yeah. Super underappreciated people. Yeah. And I like,
that's a really good one.
Not to mention they're all effing day. Every dishwasher I knew in the restaurants I worked in, they were there. It was like, hey, I'm here for the day shift, and then you're still here when I'm leaving, and then holy crap, like I talked to my buddy, and oh, you're still there. You like 14, 16-hour days.
Yeah.
Just nonstop.
Firefighters.
Here's the thing about firefighters. Hopefully, most of their job is goddamn boring.
Hopefully.
Right?
I was going, you were talking about servers.
Do you want to run into a burning building?
No, absolutely not.
Or do you want to deal with people that have passed out in the middle of their living room?
No.
I think that's the forgotten part of firefighters, is they are usually the first ones on a scene, even before a lot of, like, even paramedics.
Yeah.
They're usually the first ones there. And they do. I saw so we have a very large lake right that way. There were at bare minimum 5 fire trucks down at the lake, and I was like, that's not a good sign. That means somebody's in the lake.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to servers for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
What a strange profession where you get, I mean, I guess maybe not, like, I always thought when it comes to service, like, you bust your tail as a server, and then somebody just decides, I'm going to give you X%. I wish there was a way, just pay your server up front, and then they'll give you, like, you want to give me 15%? I'll give you 15% effort. Like, if you say, hey, I'm going to tip you 20% of the bill ahead of time. Like, you say that,
ahead of time.
Give the tip ahead of time, and then make the server like.
Some people try that.
Like, you could work so hard and then just get stiffed.
Yep. Or you could work really hard and get the best tip of your life.
Yeah.
It is.
Sometimes it'd be interesting to say how it would change your service if you actually paid them ahead of time.
I think it could change the service. What I do think it would do is create a profession of, you need to learn in that world. There are plenty of people in this world that have made a career out of being in the service industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I almost was one of them.
For the most part, but you also got to managerial status where you weren't getting tips, right?
Sure.
When you're getting tipped in that situation, I think there's value in, I just worked my ass off and I didn't get a 25% tip, right? I think there's value in the idea that I still need to provide good service to humans, no matter what is coming on the other end of it.
Yeah. Because
ultimately what's going to happen is you will be rewarded for that and throughout your career.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what, I mean, you will. So don't think you have to get everything up front and then you'll do a good job. Because if you always think that, I guarantee you're going to start slacking your ass off. I promise you.
Yeah, probably. All right, let's do one more each.
One more each. trying to think of somebody like outside of the sports world.
And I will say that a lot of the live streamers are saying sports information directors, and I agree. And I know our friend Tim, who jumps on the show every once in a while, is an SID. I do think that they are very underappreciated.
They do a lot.
Yeah.
They do a lot.
I think they do more than they really need to.
Yeah. Particularly in the college level.
Especially like the ones that know, like, while an event's going on, they know what the record is. Like for a track athlete, like, oh, the 200 is this record. Like they don't have to look it up. They know something special is happening right now. This might break the school record or whatnot. Like sometimes they're that invested in the programs and the sports and all that. So I think it can be really cool.
Yeah. You know what? My brain goes here. Anybody that answers a phone for any kind of office or like service, and my head goes there because when you only answer the phone but you don't provide the service, it's really difficult to deal with humans that are asking you to provide all of the answers, or they expect you to have the ear of, say, first thing I think of, say you're in your clinic, right? That the doctor is just standing right there, and the doctor could have answered the phone, but somebody else answered the phone, and they can just turn to their left and say, oh, Karen is actually asking about whether or not her, is her knee brace going to be here tomorrow or Thursday? They have to triage all the time in different scenarios. Not only what is the right care for you, but also I need to triage you being upset because you're probably in pain. You need something's broken, something's wrong, something was overpaid, something was whatever. I think, and I hate answering a phone.
Do you?
I hate answering phones.
Most of the people at our clinic do too.
Because
it's going to be a problem.
Exactly.
It's just a problem you have to fix.
And I think
Kevin's a big fan of Pam Beasley.
Yeah. Love Pam. Pam.
We're asking the damn questions around here.
Anybody answering a phone, just, oh, God bless you. What do you got?
My last one's gonna be very kind of similar to your restaurant one, your dishwasher one, but I think janitors, the people that clean the facilities.
Absolutely.
Nobody ever thinks about it unless it's done poorly.
Yeah.
Like some of the hardest working people.
Oh God, yeah.
Pushing brooms, mopping, cleaning up puke, whatever it might be. Doing the yard, the landscaping outside of a building, whatever it might be. I think we forget to thank those people. I think one of the coolest things I've ever been involved in athletics. So when it comes in terms of best coaches I've ever seen, there was a guy that was at our college a couple years ago, and he was only there 1 year. He was the head coach of the basketball team, and he had some success on the court. His name was Lavelle Jordan. He ended up going to Butler, where he had a little bit of success, and then I think he actually just those last couple of years had some down years, and I think he might not even be at Butler anymore. I'm not even 100% sure, but and I've read this before in some very some interesting business books. Where you hear the best interview question that you can ask someone is, what was the janitor's name at your last position? And you get a real feel for, am I getting a people person here? And I remember watching Lavelle Jordan, who was the Division I men's basketball coach, learn every single janitor's name at our sport complex. and address them by his first name and, hey, John, how you doing? Or whatever their name was.
Yup.
That's when you know you give a shit about people.
Yeah.
When the people below you, quote unquote below you, which is a bunch of baloney, if you know who they are, the more I think about life and our hierarchy here in America, I think the Egyptians got it right. You build the pyramids with the base. And I feel like we have lost that. Administrators want to spend so much time thinking about upper and mid management and all the decision makers at the top, and we lose the people at the bottom of the pyramid. Those are the most important ones. So
couldn't agree more.
I
like that.
So, anyways,
there's
my
something.
rant's over.
I think. What is the Bruce Almighty? Right.
I've seen it. I don't remember it too much. That's the one.
Do you remember? So that's where
with the ark. Yeah, Jim Carrey builds the ark at the end.
No.
Oh, is that Steve Carell?
That's Steve Carell. Bruce Almighty is Jim Carrey, but Morgan Freeman is God, yeah. Right? And he makes him like mop, right? Like he's there's something therapeutic about understanding what it means to mop a floor. Maybe even if it's a clean floor, right? Go ahead and mop the entire floor. I guarantee some things, some little things that are going on in your head, and maybe some stressors are going to nicely go away because you know what you did? You just got in touch with that base. You just got in touch with what needs to happen in order to keep your facility clean so that you can actually just treat humans. And then what you can do is coach athletes to their fullest potential. It's a good one. That was a really good one.
So,
hey, what do you think?
I'm sure there's a ton of them out there, and maybe we'll talk about them another time. So,
love it. Hey, how do you wipe? Front to back, back to front, whatever.
Low-key, I've been told I wipe the wrong way, and I actually do it. Probably, I'm in the 1%.
You're a 1%er, huh?
Yeah.
Look at you.
1% wiper.
Look at you, athletic trainer, 1%er.
I tried to switch one of my athletes, and he said he tried it. He said he felt so strange.
He felt so strange?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, you know what? On that note, thank you, Healthy Roster, for sponsoring this podcast.
We're crashing and burning the show. It's great.
Thanks Smart Tools, thanks MedBridge, thanks got Master Dry Needling, all of the above. Couldn't do this podcast without you. Thanks for the support. Thank you to all of our members. If you haven't gotten a membership yet, head over to CandidAthleticTraining.com. Go click over to like members and try to sign up for something, right? Get yourself a discount in the store. Get a cool shirt like this. Get a cool shirt like this. Get a cool hat. Oh, I don't have my hat on. I have my.
I took mine off,
and he took his off. Hopefully we see everybody at NATA. He is definitely going to be there. That is Chad. I hope to be there if I don't have a kid popping out. And
it's coming.
It's coming. Oh my God. But either way, can't wait to see everybody in person very soon. CandidAthleticTraining.com is our website. Get yourself a membership. Get all those special promo codes. And we'll see y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.